Hello students, in this video I am going to explain refraction of light. It is the topic from chapter number 9, Light, Reflection and Refraction, class 10 Science. So what is refraction of light? When light travels from one transparent medium to another, for example from air to glass, its speed changes. Because of this change in speed, the direction of light also changes. This phenomenon is called refraction of light. So what is refraction of light? Let me explain it clearly. Whenever light enters from one transparent media to another transparent media, like it may be when the light enters from air to glass, for example, or you can say air to water, because air is also transparent, water is also transparent. So we can take example like this. Suppose this is a beaker, and in this beaker, half of the beaker I have taken water. So this is water. So here I'll write water, and above the water we can see here there is a air. So this is also transparent media, this is also transparent media. I'll write it, this is medium number 1, and for this I'll write medium number 2. So in this case, if the light is entering from one transparent media to another transparent media, the speed of the light changes. You can see here the speed of the light changes, and because of this the direction of the light also changes, and this phenomena is called as refraction of light. For example, see here there is a air. So if the light is coming like this, see, and once it hit at the boundary of this air and water, here there is a air, here there is a water, and this blue color, it is the boundary between these two medium. So when the light is coming from air medium and it hits at the boundary of this both the medium, and once it enter into the next medium, that is water, the direction of this light changes. So you can see here it was coming straight in the air, but once it entered into the water, it bent. You can see the direction of the light has been changed, and this change is just due to the speed of the light. So here the speed in the air, it was very fast, but in case of water the speed became slow, and that's why the light ray has been bent towards the normal. So what is normal? Towards the normal means what? Normal, it is the line which we will draw perpendicular at the point of incidence. So this is the point of incidence where the light will come and incident. At this point, if I draw one perpendicular line, this is called as normal. So see here, this is normal. So this is the normal line, and this is our refracted line. So refracted line is not going like this. It is bending towards the normal. That's why we can see this red line is little bit bent towards the normal. And this whole process, it is called as refraction of light. So what are the another example for this refraction of light? We can see the example like a pencil appears bent in the water. So if you take a glass with the water, half of the glass water, and if you keep here one pencil inside the water, the pencil will look little bit bent. But actually in reality pencil will not bend. But when we see from the outside, it looks like it bent, and that is due to refraction phenomena. Then the next is bottom of a swimming pool appears raised. So you maybe have seen in the swimming pool, actually the bottom will be little bit of down, but it appears that it is raised, and that is also due to the process called refraction. And very common phenomena, that is twinkling of stars. So stars will not twinkle because of this refraction process which is occurring into the atmosphere. We can see that the stars are twinkling. So these are the another three examples which I have taken from your NCERT book, and which can explain the phenomena which is called as refraction of light. So now this refraction of light we will study with the help of one glass slab, rectangular glass slab. So now we are going to study refraction through rectangular glass slab. So this is the rectangular glass slab which we have taken, which is labeled as P, Q, R and S. So this rectangular structure, you can see it is a glass slab, and outside the glass everywhere there is a air. So here it is written air, and this is glass. So this is medium 1, and here this is medium 2. In medium 1 it is air. Air means what? It is a rare media. Remember, rarer or rare media. Glass is what? It is a dense media or denser medium. Like this also we can say. So whenever there is a rare media, I am writing here, whenever there is a rarer or rare media, the speed of the light will be high. So I'll write here speed of light is high. Because it is a rare media, there will be no distraction, so light will flow very fast, the speed will be high. But whenever it will be a denser media, so let me write it here, denser medium, then because of the distraction, dense means thick, so because of the distraction, speed of the light will become slow. So it will be little bit of slow. This you have to remember. This is the hint which you have to remember. With the help of this hint, you will understand this experiment. So air is a rarer medium, so speed of the light will be high. Glass is a denser medium, so the speed of the light will be slow. Now, this is a glass slab we have taken, and in this glass slab, here we are going to take a torch or a source of a light, we can say. So this is the torch or the source of the light from where we are going to incident the light. So see the experiment. When a ray of light traveling in air falls on the surface of a rectangular glass slab, it undergoes refraction. So whenever the light ray falls on this glass slab, here the light was in the air, but once it fall on the glass slab, it enters into the solid medium. Glass means solid. So therefore medium is changing. The light is entering from one medium to another medium. And here the process takes place which is called as refraction. So the light undergoes refraction. The ray of light that falls on the surface of the glass slab is called as incident ray. So very important, see here. So this is the ray of a light which is going to fall on the glass slab. So this ray which is there in the air and which is falling on the glass slab, this ray is called as incident ray. So I'll write it here, incident ray, and which is denoted by EO. Can you see this E? This is E, and here this point is called as O. So EO is our incident ray. So once it fall on this interface or the boundary between the air and glass slab, now what happens? At point O, that is at point of incidence O, a perpendicular line called normal, that is N dash, is drawn. So at this point, we have to draw one perpendicular line. What this point is called? O is called as point of incident. It is the point where incident light will fall. So at this point, we are going to take a scale and draw this perpendicular line. Can you see this perpendicular line? So this perpendicular line we have named as N dash. This is called as normal. So I'll write here normal. We have to draw this line. Now, the angle between incident ray and the normal is called angle of incident, denoted by I1. So what is normal? This is normal. This is incident. So the angle between these two, it is called as incident angle or angle of incident. So let me write it here. Angle of incidence, and which is denoted by I1, small I1. Now the next, as the ray enters the glass slab from air, it bends towards the normal. So see here, once the ray enters the glass slab, it will not go straight. It will bend like this. Can you see this? Let me change the color. I will take blue color. So like this, the light will go. So instead of going straight, it is bending towards the normal. You can see this. It would have, can you see this dotted line? It would have went like this straight, but instead of going straight, it is bending towards the normal. And this light, this ray is called as refracted ray. Now see here in the notes, as the ray enters the glass slab from air, it bends towards the normal. Very important sentence, bends towards the normal, because glass is optically denser than air. So because now the light is inside the glass and glass is dense, it is denser. There are more distractions, and because of the distraction, what I told, speed will become slow, and because of the slow speed, it will not cover more distance like this. It will cover less distance like this, and it bends towards the normal. So this is the reason you have to remember. Here it is covering more distance in the air because it is rarer medium. But the light when enters into a glass slab, because of the denser medium, speed of the light becomes less and it covers less area or the less distance. Therefore, it bends towards the normal. Now see the next. The ray that travels inside the glass slab is called refracted ray. So this ray which is traveling inside the glass slab, this blue color, let me dark it with the blue color itself. So see this ray, it is called as refracted ray because refraction has been occurred. So therefore, let me write it properly, refracted ray. And what is the labeling? This is O and this is here O dash. So O dash is called as refracted ray. So see here O dash. Now The angle between this ray, that is refracted ray, and the normal is called angle of refraction, that is R1. So you can see this is our normal inside the glass slab, and here the blue color one is called as refracted ray. So this will make an angle here. You can see this angle. This angle is denoted by R1. Sorry, it is not R2, it is R1. R means refraction, 1 is the number. So this angle is called as angle of refraction. So let me write it here, angle of refraction. So this everything occurs at the first boundary. So let me explain it once again. So this is our incident light, here incident ray, and it incident at the point O. At O we are going to draw a perpendicular line which is called as normal. See here I have written normal. The angle between incident ray and normal is called as I1. I1, which is nothing but angle of incidence. Then once the light enters inside the glass slab, it bends towards the normal like this because of the speed. The speed of the light inside the glass will become slow due to denser medium. And this light which is there inside the glass slab, that is OO dash, is called as refracted ray. And the angle between this refracted ray and the normal is called as angle of refraction. Now we will see the next one. Now the next point, when the refracted ray reaches the second surface of the glass slab. So see, the blue color was the refracted ray. So see, this is the refracted ray. Now when it reaches the second surface, this was the first surface. Here you can see PQ was the first surface or the first boundary, and RS was the second boundary or the second surface. So once our refracted ray reaches at the second surface of the glass slab, and what is the point here? This is the point, that is O dash. So see, O dash, another normal, that is MM dash, is drawn. So here at this point we have to draw one more perpendicular line, and this is the perpendicular line here. This is called as another normal. So let me write it here, normal. And I have to label this M dash. This all labeling is from your NCERT book itself. So this is the M dash is nothing but second normal. Now see, as the ray passes from glass to air. Now the ray was in the glass, inside the glass. Now it is going to come out. So now the ray will pass from glass, from here to outside, air. It bends away from the normal. So see here, it was coming like this straight. So instead of going like this straight, it is going away. So see this light, it is going away. This is the normal and it is going away from the normal. And why the direction changes? It is just due to, again, speed of the light. So I told inside the glass, because it is dense, the speed was slow. But once it comes outside, that is air, air is what? Air is a rarer medium, and the speed again becomes high. So once it comes outside, it will try to cover more distance, and therefore it bends away from the normal. It goes away from the normal instead of going straight. So I hope you are understanding. Now, what is that emergent ray? Emergent ray is denoted by O dash H. Why O dash? This is the O dash and this is H. So this is the ray which is going away from the normal. The angle between emergent ray means the ray which is emerging out of this glass slab. Emerge means coming out. So this ray is called as emergent ray. Remember this, emerge. Emerge means coming out. So emergent ray. So the angle between emergent ray and the normal is called as angle of emergence. So this is normal, this is emergent ray, and this is the angle. And this angle, that is R2, it is called as angle of emergence. So this is the angle and denoted by the letter R2. In rectangular glass slab, the incident ray and the emergent ray are parallel to each other. Very, very important. Where is our incident ray? Incident ray is here. So you can see, let me draw it with the red color. This was the incident ray. If I extend like this, see the dotted line, it will come like this. And where is the emergent ray? This is the emergent ray. If you see these both the rays, these both are parallel to each other. So incident ray at the starting and emergent ray at the last here. These both are parallel to each other. So see here, but emergent ray is shifted sideways from the original path. So here, if you see this emergent ray has been shifted to the sideways. Instead of going, the incident ray is like this is the original path. So instead of going like this straight, it has been shifted this side here. So this is the distance which it has shifted from this original. Original was what? This is the original one. You can see this is the original light, original ray, original direction of the light, and this is called as the direction of the emergent ray. So it has been shifted to the sideways. This sideways shifting is called lateral displacement. So this shifting process is called as lateral displacement, denoted by the letter D. Also, the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of emergence. So this angle, that is I1, and this angle, that is R2, both are equal. So angle of incidence and angle of emergence both are equal. So this whole experiment will explain the refraction process at air glass boundary, that is rare and dense boundary, also at dense and rare boundary. So this is the experiment of refraction through rectangular glass slab. With the help of this experiment, we can explain two laws of refraction. There are two laws of refraction which can be explained with the help of this whole experiment. Now we will see those laws. I hope you have understood the experiment of rectangular glass slab. Now with the help of that experiment, we will see two laws of refraction. The first one, according to first law of refraction, the incident ray, the refracted ray, and the normal at the point of incident all lie in the same plane. So this was the boundary. So I'll write it once again. This is air and this was the glass. This was the boundary. And if this is the incident ray, then this perpendicular, it is called a normal. I'll write it here. This is normal. And after refraction, the light will bend and we will get like this. This is refracted ray. So let me write it all the labeling. So refracted ray, I'll write incident ray also. So these all the rays, incident ray, refracted ray and the normal, all will lie in the same plane here, in the same plane. No ray will come out of the plane from this. So remember, no ray will come out of this plane, and that is the first law. This law is same like law of reflection. Remember, law of refraction and law of reflection, first law is exactly same. Now see the second one. According to the second law of refraction, for a given pair of media, so remember this is very important, for a given pair of media means it may be air glass, glass air, or glass and water, etc. So for a given pair of media, the ratio of the sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is always constant. So ratio means division. So sine of angle of incidence means sine I, divided by sine of angle of refraction means sine R. The ratio of this will be always constant for a given pair of media. If the pair of medium changes, then the constant will change. But for a particular pair of media, it will remain always constant. Same thing can be denoted like this. So sine I divided by sine R, constant can be denoted by a small n. And this small n is what? This is nothing but refractive index of the medium. Very, very important concept, that is refractive index. So your n is refractive index. I is called as angle of incident. R is called as angle of refraction. So these are the two laws which are there in refraction. That is laws of called as laws of refraction, and which can be explained with the help of this rectangular glass slab experiment. So I hope you will understand the explanation of this experiment, which is very important. Some of the times it will be asked in the exam. So write those all the points, make notes to prepare for your exam. And if you like my videos, share my videos with your friends. And if you're not yet subscribed my channel, then please consider subscribing my channel if you are getting little bit also help from these all the videos. Thank you so much.